everybody, welcome back to TAZ's Wig Closet at Wig Studio 1, here to help inspire and empower your wig journey. I'm introducing today one of 5 new styles by Ellen Wille. This one is called Loop. It's in the color Pearl Blonde Rooted. I think this one was the one that I was anticipating the most. If you know me, you know why. And we're gonna break it down and get into all the detail, plus we're gonna do some comparisons to some other Ellen Wille curly styles. Coming up. Nobody does curls quite like Ellen Wille. That's why I love Ellen Wille curls, for the variety. I'm thrilled that they've come out with Loop, which is a short little voluminous curly style, but it has a lot of beautiful detail that doesn't make it feel like it's too much. I purchased this wig style from Wig Studio 1, and so can you. I attached a product link below this video. If you go below the video and expand the description box and you click on the link labeled Find Ellen Wille Loop at wigstudio1.com. If you click on that link, it'll take you out to the Wig Studio 1 website where you can see all of the colors this comes in. You can see the pricing. And remember, Ellen Wille styles are always an automatic 30% off at checkout at Wig Studio 1. We invite you to shop at Wig Studio 1. If there's anything you need, we can answer your questions. Email support at wigstudio1.com. And don't forget to join us on our other very active social media. Join us on the Wig Studio 1 YouTube channel, the most variety of any wig review channel out there on YouTube, a private Facebook group called Wig Studio 1 Wig and Topper Support Group, and a very well appointed and attended Instagram account. But first I want to break down this color, Pearl Blonde Rooted. It's a 101, a 14, and a 23. Now it is also rooted. So let's take a look from my eye. I believe that this is a nice pearl platinum base color. And then you're going to see flecks of more of a sandy or honey type blonde and some ash blonde in there. So there is some variation in dimension. And then all of that is on a medium to light root. Now remember, the indoor lighting and the camera contrast does add a little bit of emphasis to darker colors, makes the root look a little bit darker than it actually is, but we're gonna do an outside look as well so that you can get it in natural light. So isn't it beautiful? It's a nice light, cool blonde. Very ash in tone. A combination of some ash and some neutral. So let's get into it, guys. That first layer off of the front is going to be about 9.5 inches. Now it's curly, right? So it really doesn't act like 9.5 inches. I'm 6.5 from hairline to chin. So I would imagine that that layering, it starts about 4.5 to 5 and then works its way down into that 9.5 side is probably what we're looking at here. It frames the face perfectly. So if you like to part yours a little bit left of center, I think it's going to divide and then stretch out around the face in a very flattering way. And one feature about this that makes that a little easier is the fact that the front pieces here are a little bit more smooth compared to the curlier sides and back. The crown and the front is a little more smooth, and that makes it a little easier to manage and make it your own. Overall, this is about a 9.5 to 10 inches all the way around, so it's just above the collar. Now this is not a heat-friendly style, so this is a new addition to the Changes collection in fall 2022, but unlike Leah and unlike Elon, this is not heat-friendly. Now it does feature a temple-to-temple lace front and a little mini mono crown that's just a bit left of center here. We're going to go through the inside of the cap in that segment, but let's get up close on the lace front. You see that they brought the highlight right up to that lace front. I love that. It really softens that lace front, makes it nice and realistic looking, yet it's not too heavily banded there. It runs temple to temple. And we're going to take a look. It does feel like it might be extended. We're going to take a look at that here in just a moment. But a very well done lace front. Now what that lace front is going to do for you is enable you to part it in any way you want because it does have open wefts on the top. Now what I did was I parted it left of center, and that's typically how they come right out of the box. But then I just pinched in a little bit of lift right there at the front. That gives you a glimpse into the lace front, which is a nice natural look. It also adds a little bit of balance to these voluminous side pieces. So this curl is a combination of some zany zigzaggy type curl. It has some more brushed out barrel looking curl. There's a couple different curl textures and patterns in this mix, but I gotta tell you that each one of these fibers super fine. This has a real cloud-like texture, very much so. So it just feels like you could just snuggle up in it and go to sleep. It is so soft. It's not heavy. Actually, all the curl is doing the work on this style, so you're not going to get a heavy presence of permatease either. So you're going to get a little bit just to obscure wefting, maybe a little bit of heavier here at the nape, but for the most part, it's a nice moderate to light amount of permatease, and all the volume is being done by this curl. There's not any heavy densities or textures here. It's all very, very light and soft. And according to Ellen Wille, it weighs about 3 ounces. So that also tells you that it's a very nice, light amount of fiber on this wig style. So in terms of colors, I have heard this endlessly, that some of these more youthful, curly looking styles aren't available in gray shades. Well, this one is. So ladies, this comes in a salt and pepper shade, which is an unrooted mixed gray by Ellen Wille. That is available on this loop style. How awesome is that? It's about time, right? So they do have a beautiful gray option here. Ellen Wille's curls are endless. There's so many different possibilities, from something that's very choppy and tapered like the dance, all the way up through Jamila High, or Jamila Plus, which has the large intact barrel-y type curls. This one reminds me of 2. So if I could say that 2 of Ellen Wille's styles had a baby together, I would say that this is a cross between the Storyville and the disco style. I have them both sitting back here. So what's similar about this one compared to Storyville is it just looks like Storyville had a haircut, right? The layers are a little bit shorter, but the layers lay about the same. So you're going to see a little bit of a layer in the middle here. And that's oftentimes very visible, like it is here on this Storyville. Okay, the curl pattern is the same. So it's that light cloud-like texture mixture of curl patterns and a similar front piece. So very, very much like Storyville. If you like Storyville, this is just a lighter version or a shorter version of that. Next is a really groovy piece that I have come to love by Ellen Wille. This is Disco. So Disco is a short one, but there's not as many layers in Disco. Disco has a thicker density. There's a lot more hair on Disco compared to this loop style. And it has a shorter bang, but it's curly all the way up to the root. It seems to be a little less manageable compared to loop. So those are the parents, I feel like, to this beautiful loop style. So I'm going to do a full spin for you here indoors and outdoor light. We'll do a little bit of styling where you'll learn a lot about this wig, and we'll just do an inside look at the cap as well. Coming up. Here's an inside look at the cap for loop by Ellen Wille. There's that temple to temple lace front. It does not extend, but that does wrap around that seam very nicely to obscure it. So there were no visible seams from the front. It's about 1 inch to 1.5 inches deep. Then you have a nylon material covering up the open wefts on the top, open wefted sides and back, a velvet covered ear tab here, very comfortable, lots of fiber. And then you have a felted nape with Velcro style adjusters, lots of wefting. And you know what? Lots of stretch on this style. Oh, I forgot. There is a little dime piece of monofilament just on the left center crown. And this does fit me nicely, but I did have to adjust that in as far as it could go. It's pretty much average right out of the box. Probably could stretch up to average large. So anywhere from petite average, average to average large may be ideal for this style. As I mentioned, this loop is right out of the box. All I did was shake it out. I just shook it out, found a parting space, kind of developed a little bit of lift right there at the front just with my hands, and it came together perfectly for me. Now, depending on how you like to style yours, curly styles generally need a little bit out of the box. So find your parting space and then start to work with the fiber around the face. If you have some cold set or something in the curls, just wet them with water and allow them to dry upside down on a wig stand overnight, and you should be good to go. Let's try with glasses. Glasses fit beautifully between the ear and the ear tab, very safely and securely and comfortably. And what's really nice about this, a lot of curly styles out on the market are loaded with permatease and volume and density. This one is not. Like I said, low permatease, light density. You can even get an ear tuck while you're wearing your glasses. How amazing is that? That is great. Kudos to Ellen Wille for thinking of us curly wig lovers, that we don't like to sacrifice our glasses or our comfort to have our curls. So I'm just going to move this hair around for you. We're going to work on some tucks and some just anything I can think of here to give you a really good look at this wig style and inspire you to style your curls. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to check out the links below this video at Wig Studio 1. See you soon, right here on TAZ's Wig Closet at Wig Studio 1.